Following on from Eden Hazard playing well for Belgium against Wales in that 2-1 win in the Nations League, just taking a look at his game log this season, was obviously the last game being that game against Wales. And then when it comes to Real Madrid, as you can see, not too many minutes for him, just the one goal so far this season. He actually spoke about his playing time at club level after the game. He said, "It's a delicate situation at Real Madrid because I want to play and I don't play. And when I play well. I've always said the old Eden Hazard will come back when he plays. I just need to get back into the rhythm. I want to get as many minutes as possible and be fit for the World Cup." What's your reaction to that quote from Hazard, Robbo?
Well, he can't get in the Real Madrid side because at the moment there's better players than him. You know, if he wants to play out on the right-hand side, Valverde's been excellent. Rodrigo has got more pace than him at the moment. You've got Benzema playing up front. You've got Vinicius Junior playing brilliantly. So where does Hazard fit in? When he was at his very best, he was one of the world's best players. And he had a burst of pace and a change of direction over the first 5 yards. He wasn't blisteringly quick over 20 yards, 30 yards, but over the first 5 or 6 yards with that low centre of gravity, he could twist and turn. He was brilliant at going at players, and he was outstanding. I have not seen that from Eden Hazard since he's been at Real Madrid, which is a massive shame because he could have been one of the stars of the World Cup for Belgium. He might still play well, but he's not going to be the player that he was when he first went to Real Madrid, and that's why he's not in the side.
So, Robbo, you differ somewhat from the player's assessment of his own game because he says when he plays well, but you wouldn't agree with that.
He plays okay. You know, he's not a bad player. He's still obviously a good player. But he's not got the explosive power and pace and trickery of Vinicius Junior. He hasn't got Valverde's ability to go past people. Even when Asensio comes on, he makes more things happen and is more likely to score goals than Eden Hazard. Valverde making the forward runs and Rodrigo. So I just don't see where he gets into the side at the moment. You know, he's done okay when he comes on, but he's not been the blistering player he was when he was first bought.
Jules, do you think he has a point that he says if he plays more, he'll find his rhythm again and get back to his best?
Yeah, I want to believe that. The problem is when you're playing for the best team in the world, you don't have the luxury to ask for 5-6 games in a row, so you can go from strength to strength, and then after 5 or 6 games, be at your best. It just doesn't happen like that, and I think he knows it. He had his chance. Remember, he played well against Celtic in the Champions League when Benzema, at the beginning of the Benzema injury, and then he started the following La Liga game against Mallorca, and he didn't do anything. And I think this was his chance. Had he played well against Mallorca, had he scored, for example, and really been a key part of that team, then I think it would have been harder for Ancelotti to say, do you know what, I can't really drop him anymore. I need to play him again as that false nine role for the next game, and etc., etc. The problem is, if he doesn't have a good game when he starts, then straight away after that, you say, okay, well, I'm sorry, Eden, but I've got Rodrigo now who come in, and look at what Rodrigo has done since taking over from Hazard in replacement of Benzema. He's been outstanding, both in the league and in the Champions League. And after that, like Robo said, on the left is Vinicius' place, and on the right now is Valverde's place. So there's no room for Eden, but he had that chance this season, and he cannot deny it. He had that chance against Celtic, took it, he had to confirm it against Mallorca, and didn't do it. And after that, this is it, the trend is gone. Rodrigo comes in, he plays better than you, he will stay in that position until Benzema comes back.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.